So here, the indexing mainly we use in the file organization on the file system. As we already discussed, we'll be storing the records in the form of files. Okay, actually, you remember we are talking about the implementation technique. That is how the database or the records are really stored in the hard disk physically. Okay, that is what the topic we are discussing about. And here we already spoke about in the file organization. That is, the records will be saved in the form of files. Okay, so when you save the records in the form of file, then we need a easy mechanism to search the particular content from the file. Okay, so that is the particular record from the file. See, before we understand what is indexing, let's see a small example. When you take any textbook, in the last few pages, you can find the index. Okay, so in the index, whatever the word, the keywords or the important words, those words are arranged in the alphabetical order, and for each and every word there will be corresponding numbers, page numbers will be there. Okay, for example, a particular word is existing in 2 different page numbers, and those 2 different page numbers will be there. Okay, so likewise you can see a particular word, that is a particular topic can be searched easily, right? For example, if your textbook is of with about 200 or 250 pages, and hardly the index pages will be about 5 to 10 pages. Okay, so here instead of looking for the word in the entire textbook, what you can do, you can just see the index very quickly, and you can pick up the corresponding page number, and directly you can take the particular page number, and then you can view that content. Okay, the same concept, the same idea will be using in the index topic or in the index mechanism. Okay, so we'll just try to understand one more example also, right? And here we have one more example, and this is actually a telephone directory, right? The telephone directory, maybe you would have come across somewhere. There the names of the telephone users will be arranged in the alphabetical order, and the corresponding phone number will be displayed. Okay, suppose if you want to search a particular the customer's phone number or the user's phone number, then you can just you can locate the phone number directly in the telephone directory by searching the particular name. Okay, even all the names are arranged in the sequential order only. Okay, alphabetically arranged, right? So there's the same thing we apply in the indexing concept. Okay, right? So we'll just see the topic now. Indexing mechanism used to speed up access to desired data. The main objective is to speed up the access. Okay, suppose if you store the data randomly, and if you're not alphabetically arranged, then it will be very difficult to search the name. Okay, so maybe you can think of one more example. All your in the attendance register, okay, in the name list. So how we are storing your name? We'll be storing your name based on your name. Okay, your name will be arranged in the alphabetical order, and based on the alphabetical order only we'll be having this particular name list, right? So if you want to search a particular name from your name list, maybe if you have 1,000 records or 10,000 records, it will be much easier for you to point out or select the particular name. Okay, so suppose just say if the names are not alphabetically arranged, it is randomly listed, then what you'll do when you try to pick a particular name from the list, definitely it will be very, very difficult. That is, the search time will be much, much higher than the compared to the sorted order. Okay, so I hope you will understand, right? So here the indexing mechanism is mainly the purpose is to speed up the access of your desired data. The examples we have seen now, and here as we saw in the example, you have 2 things, right? So one is the word, and then another one is the page number. Similarly, in the indexing file or the indexing mechanism uses 2 things. One is search key, and another one is index file. Okay, the search key is an attribute. See, because we are dealing with records, right? So in the record, you can take one or more attribute as your search key. Okay, so in the record, you can take one or more attribute as your search key. right? If your particular search key is a unique value, then that will be better, right? So here attribute to set of attributes used to look up records in a file. Okay, so using that particular attribute, what you will do, you can search the particular record, right? So you'll be maintaining one more index file. The index file consists of records that is called index entries of the form, search key, and pointer. Okay, similar to this one. Okay, this one is actually your example for the index file. Okay, so where you have the search key and then pointer. Here, what you can understand, the search key mentioned here is the word that you are going to looking for, and then pointer is the page number. Okay, the same thing, you know, we use in the index file format, where you'll be having a set of search key and then the pointer to the particular record. Okay, so here the same mechanism or the same the exact thing we are using in the indexing purpose. And index files are typically much smaller than the original file. As I said, in the textbook, the index pages will be very, very lesser when you compare to the actual content of your book. Okay, similar to that, in the record, that is in the file organization also, the indexing file will be having very, very less size, and then whereas your original file will be in the it will be bigger in size. Okay, so the same thing, right? So whatever the the concept you are seeing in the example, the same thing is applicable in the file organization also, right? So here when you talk about the indexes, we say two types of indexes are there. Okay, one is ordered indices and hash indices. So this plural form is indices. Here ordered indices and hash indices. First we'll discuss about ordered indices, and then we'll move on to the hash indices next. Okay, so here the ordered indices, such keys are sorted in sorted order. So maybe from the word you can easily understand it is ordered indices. That means all the such keys are ordered in a alphabetical order or in any particular order, maybe in the ascending order or in the descending order. Okay, it depends on your convenience, right? The search keys are ordered in the search key file or in the index file, right? So maybe when we discuss about the hash indices, we'll be talking more on hash indices later. So first we'll discuss about the ordered index. Okay, now so how you can measure the index file? Okay, what are the evaluation matrices are available for index file? Okay, so as we said, the index files are mainly meant for easy and quick access, that is fast access. Okay, so here the access type supported efficiently, that is records with a specified value in the attribute. That is, maybe you can select any one of the attribute for your indexing purpose. Okay, from the record you can select any one of the attribute based on your convenience, maybe a single value or more than a one value. Okay, sometimes if you want to fix a index, maybe you can select a range of values also, that is also possible. Okay, so hope you will be able to understand, right? So we are saving the records in the file format. In the file format, from the record you will be taking one or more attribute. It is based on your convenience. You'll be taking that as your the indexing purpose, and then suppose if you have a range of values in your attribute, that is also considerable. Okay, then what are the other evaluation matrices? Access time. Access time is one of the important thing for evaluation. Here the main, as I said, the main purpose for indexing is in case that is efficient or quick access, right? So the suppose if you are able to access a record very quickly, then your indexing mechanism is working fine. Okay, then next one is insertion time, deletion time. And then this too, maybe you can consider this as a manipulation. Suppose if you want to insert a new record into the existing available file, then how much time it is taking, what is the mechanism you are using. Okay, see for insertion as well as the deletion, how your indexing is using. Okay, your indexing file is used. Okay, so those based on this criteria, what you can do, you can measure the evolution, that is the index file is efficient or not, right? Then space overhead, that is how much space is occupied by your index file. Okay, so generally your index file, as I said, will be occupying very less space compared to your original records. But suppose if your original record file is very huge in size, then obviously the index file size will also increase. right? So how much space is required to save your index file? Okay, so generally we are going to talk about the different type of indexing, that is dense index, sparse index, multi-level index, right? So when the file sizes keep on increasing, then obviously the index file is also will be increasing. Based on that, you can prefer any one of the indexing method, right? Now, so the ordered indices, as I said, so you'll be just ordered in any particular sorting method, right? So index entries are stored, sorted on the search key value. Based on the search key value, you can do sorting, right? So we have seen in the example, the textbook index, the entries are sorted in alphabetical. Okay, the words are sorted in alphabetical, so that you can consider as the ordered indices. Okay, so maybe your name list. Okay, your name list also sorted in the alphabetical order. That is also you can consider as an ordered index, right? So here the other example are given: author catalog in library, and then telephone directory. This telephone directory we have discussed already, and then author catalog in library. Suppose if you go to your library, and then they'll be having some catalog, and in the catalog, based on the author name, then the based on like the textbooks will be arranged. Okay, that is one more example just to understand, right? Then here in the ordered indices, maybe you can consider in two different indexes. One is primary index and secondary index. Okay, so the primary index and secondary index, the primary index will be having a corresponding the attribute, that is key and then value, right? So here the sequentially ordered file, the index whose such key specify the sequential order of the file. Maybe also you can consider as a clustering index. Okay, the search key of a primary index is usually, but not necessarily the primary key, right? As I told you already, maybe you can select a particular attribute. The particular attribute may be a non-primary key or a primary key, right? So then what is the secondary index? An index whose such key specify an order different from the sequential order of the file. Maybe suppose if you're not using the sequential order file, then maybe you can have the secondary index also. Okay, so in the index sequential file, ordered sequential file with the primary index, we'll be having the primary index with the sequential file. Okay, we'll be discussing more on this now. Here you can see dense index files. The dense index file, you have the search key, and then you have, this is the records that are arranged in the file. Okay, so here the dense index records appear for every search key value in the file. Okay, so you'll be having the search key here, right? This is a pointer, search key and then pointer for each and every attribute value that you are having in the sequential file. Then you'll be having a corresponding search key value. Okay, if you are having corresponding search key value in the index file, then you can call it as a dense index file. Okay, so you know what we mean by dense, right? So the dense is just, for each and every search key, there will be a corresponding index value will be there in the index file. Then the next one is how you can make the other type of dense index files. Maybe for example, you can see on the slide, you have the subject wise, that is biology, computer science, electrical engineering, finance, history, music and physics. Okay, and then again in the sequential file, the records are arranged in based on the subject. Okay, not based on the key value, it is based on the search key. Here the search key is what? Your subject name. Okay, able to understand? Your here the search key is, instead of your the particular the order number or the registration number or whatever, and instead of that, what you're doing, we are using the subject name as the search key, and this subject name is pointing to the corresponding record in the sequential file. Okay, so you can see here the biology is pointing to this particular record, biology. Okay, again you can see in this column, in this field, the values are arranged in this sequential. Okay, it is started, it is actually it is sorted based on the values. Okay, alphabetically, that is B, C, E, F, H, M, P, right? So based on this alphabetical order, this is arranged, and you'll be having a corresponding pointer to each and every record. right? So you have the computer science, only one pointer is pointing to computer science. And then suppose if you want to, move to the particular record, for example, 83821 branded and computer science and 92,000, what you can do, first you have to point to the starting of your computer science record, and then from this, linked list type of pointers, from this, you have the pointer to the next record. Okay, there is, you can see here, so there is a pointer from one record to the other record. Through this, what you can do, you can just move on, or you can navigate and you can find the particular record. Okay, so this is the one more way of writing the dense index file, right? And the sparse index file, this is actually somewhat relaxed compared to your dense index file. Here, there is no need for each and every search key should be there for each and every corresponding record that is present in the sequential file. Okay, so what you can do in the sparse index, the index file size will be somewhat lesser compared to the dense index. Okay, so you no need to have the entire set of search key value corresponding to your sequential file. So you can have a set of values, and from that, what you can do, you can just search a particular record in the file. Okay, so here you can see the sparse index contains index records for only some search key values. Okay, it is not necessary to have all the search key values. Okay, applicable when records are sequentially ordered on search keys. The other condition is when you are going to implement sparse index, all the search key should be arranged in the in some order. Okay, it is indexed. Okay, we say it is ordered, right? So you can see here this particular field values are indexed. Okay, that is ordered in particular order, right? So this is the another condition to use the sparse index, right? So here, to locate a particular key or particular record, what you will do, first you will find the search key value, and then from the search key value you will just look at you can look up the particular record, right? So for example, suppose if you want to find this particular record 45565, okay, this is what the record you are looking for. For that, what you'll do, you'll first find the record with largest search key value. Okay, so next to that, what is the largest search key value? That is 42343. Okay, in the index file, right? So maybe you will not find out this, that is, you will not point this one, that is 10101. So based on this value, selected value, this is the next highest value. Okay, so from this, what you'll do, you'll just directly point to this particular record, and from this record, using this pointers, you will be moving to this particular record. Okay, 45565, right? So in that way, this sparse index can be used, right? So when you use this particular sparse index, so no need to search the entire record set, right? So you no need to start from the first record to land up this particular record, right? So instead, what you are doing, you'll first search the next highest value in the closest value in the index file, and then you'll be pointing to the particular record through this pointer values. Okay, and the sparse index, maybe the other method, what you can do, you can consider as a block. Okay, so in the block, you'll be having set of records will be saved in the block. And if you want to find out a particular record from that particular block, then you need to know the starting address of the block. Okay, so this starting address, all the block starting address will be saved in the index file, right? So when you look up a particular record in a particular block, then what you will do, you will just search for a particular index value, and then based on that index value, you'll be pointing directly to the particular block. Okay, right? So it is compared to dense indices, less space and less maintenance overhead for insertion and deletions. Because suppose if you know the searching record or insertion record that you are going to make in one particular block, and you can totally avoid the other block. Okay, so thereby it is actually less maintenance overhead for insertion and deletions, right? You will be focusing only on the particular block that you are going to use, right? So omitting the other remaining blocks, right? So generally slower than dense index for locating records. So somewhat slower than the dense index. The dense index we discussed in the first one, right? So what is the trade-off? How we can solve this issue? that is sparse index with an index entry for every block in a file corresponding to least search key value in the block. Like you'll be searching the sparse index with index entry for each and every block file. That is, we'll be saving the first location, that is first record value in the this particular index file. Then from that, what you'll do, you'll try to locate that particular block. Okay, right. And this was the secondary index example. So far, we are talking about the primary index. And here the secondary index, what you'll do, you'll be, suppose your index file length is also too big, then what you can do, you can go for secondary index. Okay, so here the index record points to a bucket that contains pointers to all the actual records with that particular search key value. Maybe instead of directly contacting from your index file to your original file, what you can do, you can have a intermediate index file, that is one more level of index. Okay, so in this bucket, we call this as a bucket. Okay, so in this bucket there will be a certain range of value will be saved, and this bucket will be, from this index value will be pointing to this bucket, and from this bucket will be directing to the corresponding record in the sequential file. Okay, so in this way, suppose if you do the indexing, then we call as a secondary indices. That is, you have the two level of indexes here. Okay, that is one is kind of primary, and there is a intermediate index is there. This particular index we call as a secondary index. Okay, and the primary and secondary indices offer substantial benefit when searching for record. So the primary indices, maybe we discuss about what is the primary indices, will be directly pointing to the sequential file, and this is having a substantial benefit. That means what, over the secondary indices, the primary indices will be, you can use it conveniently, but there are certain limitations are there. Okay, that is why we are going for the secondary indices. Okay, but what is the limitation? Updating indices impose overhead on a database modifications. Okay, so suppose we are doing any updation in the index, that is actually imposing some manipulations and some problem with the database modification. Okay, that is impacting in the original record file, right? So when a file is modified, every index on the file must be updated, right? So when you are going to modify any changes in the primary index, that should be updated in the file also, right? So that is the one type of overhead we have when you use the primary index. Here the other point is sequential scan using primary index is efficient, but a sequential scan using a secondary index is expensive, right? So here the sequential primary index, it is actually a dense index. Actually, if you use the sequential scan, because everything is ordered properly, right? So when you use the sequential index, then it will be very easy for you to look up the particular record, right? So then each record access may fetch a new block from the disk. So that's what we discussed. From the block, each and every record will be fetched by the corresponding search key values. Okay. And one more thing is we have multi-level index. Suppose if you are going beyond one more level, then you can see multi-level index. Okay, so there we have different type of indexes, that is inner index, outer index, okay, outermost, innermost, something like that, right? So suppose if your files is becoming too big, what you can do, you can go for multi-level indexing, right? So even some cases your index file size itself will be increasing too high. Okay, in that case, what you can do, you can have index file into different levels, right? So that you can reduce the size. But here the you have to have the references from one file to the other file. Okay, in the multi-level index, right? The primary index does not fit in memory, and access becomes expensive, right? Suppose if your index file is too big, then if it is not fitting in the memory, then accessing the particular value will become expensive, right? So for that, what you'll do, will split the index file into different level. That is what the solution. That is, treat primary index kept on disk as a sequential file and construct a sparse index on it. What you'll do, will divide the primary index into different level of index file, and then based on that sequential and construct a sparse index on it. Okay. Then here you have the outer index, a sparse index of the primary index, and inner index is the primary index file. right? So you can see the example. Here, this is what is your outer index and this for the inner index, okay? And this for your exact sequential file, it is stored in the block, okay? So here, to look up a particular record, what you'll do, first from the outer index, this will be pointing to the particular value in the inner index, okay? Even the inner index is also primary index, it is saved in the form of primary index, and it is again saved in the block wise, okay? Suppose if you are looking for a particular value from the outer index, if it is present in the second block, for example, in the block 1, okay, so that will be pointing directly to the block 1, not to the block 0, okay? So this particular, the value or the pointer will be pointing to the block 1, and from there it is just going to search a particular record which is present in the particular data block, okay? You have the index block and data block, right? In the data block, what you will do, you will be having your entire records in the block format, okay? So that's what we discussed in the previous class, sorry, in the previous session, right? Previous slides. Now, when you just want to look up a particular record, what you can do, you can just directly go to the particular index and then you can find out, right? Hi learners, please subscribe to my channel and also press bell icon for latest video updates. Please do not forget to like, comment and share. Thank you.